How una day?
Wetin dey happen?
How una day? Wetin dey happen?
I do what where am I say?
The Don Pedro Show.
The Don Pedro Show. The Don Pedro Show.
The Don Pedro Show. The Don Pedro Show. Don Pedro Show.
Don Pedro Show.
This na Don Pedro Show. Make sure you stay tuned.
Hi, welcome to Don Pedro Show. This show for this week, I get Pauline Long. Pauline Long, the BAFTA woman, will start a very wonderful award where they do some charities. Very wonderful woman. It's a long time we want to talk, and every time we have an appointment, something go hold one person somewhere and we not fit me. But this week we don't break the jeans, we don't talk. And also, I go to meet some students. We not be just only Nigeria, people who come from other part of the world, to ask them how their country be, how their government be. That's what we want to treat for Don Pedro Show. This week, next week, of course, Iroko Cultural Theatre. We not leave Iroko alone because Iroko has just started something where it surprised me, and I'm sure Una go dey very proud of it. Even though I watched the one of last week, Iroko day for this week and next week as well. Most of we will help our people in culture and language spread around the world. That's what Don Pedro Show means. My people, another Don Pedro Show don't come again. And the way the weather they beat me here, I think say I go dey used to them, but I don't see Ogi, I don't see Akamu, I don't even see Akara. Nah, wait now, I go take tea. Well, I have to take tea now. But you know, I did take the tea because I did very happy. You know say me a happy boy. My mama tell me when I smile, I so smile, I did smile. But I can't happy more because I go catch one very wonderful Cinderella. African madam. Where we say, the thing where this woman don't do for our Obodo Yibo here, I never see any black woman we don't achieve her like that. I'm not saying she too much, but I say she too much. Do you understand me? So now, as soon as I just sit down to watch, this is not the new Don Pedro Show. With one big lady with me at the respect where I like very much. I've been going to put my hand together and welcome my sister, Pauline Long. Hey, Pauline, how are you?
I did take my hot chocolate.
The hot chocolate, they say do your own?
Yes.
So you said they feel the cold? But you're not supposed to feel the cold, though.
I beg it's summer, but where is it? The cold now?
But it's a long time you don't do for abroad. So how can you be feeling the cold?
I know.
Yeah?
I know.
Pauline Long. Now
you
you are catch like this.
How you doing?
For all this time I've been trying to get you.
I know, but I'm here now. I'm all yours.
Okay, Pauline, tell me. The first thing I want to start with is your story. What is Pauline's long story?
Hey, my dear, I beg, how much time have you got?
I have it.
The cameraman I had is in a rush to go.
Yes, I will bring you back again, but for this, you go tell me your story. Pauline
Okay,
Long.
where do I start?
Start from Pauline Long.
Okay, so I was born in Kenya, you know that?
Yes.
Born in Kenya, in Mombasa.
Mombasa.
You know Mombasa, you know
Hey,
the coast.
very boogie city.
Yeah, with the sandy beaches.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
So that's where I was born. I grew up in Kenya up to the age of 19. Actually, 19 going to 20.
Okay.
And then I came here. You know my dad. I have those African dads who say, you know what?
Yeah.
Britain is paved with gold.
And silver.
Hey, Great Britain.
No, but now empire.
Great Britain.
Empire.
Hey.
The land of the queen and the kings.
My dear, I'm still looking for that gold too.
Pauline, don't tell me.
Till today, I'm still looking. But anyway, yes, 11 of us in the family.
Oh, wow.
5 boys, 6 girls, and it was the norm. When you finish your O level.
Yes.
Then the next thing is to come to Britain.
Yes.
Or go to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So we were all scattered everywhere. So yeah, I was scattered here. I was scattered here to come and study hospitality.
Yes.
But sometimes you study and you struggle with university.
I know. Tell me about that.
And also you want to help the people back home.
Yes.
I'm that kind of person. Once I felt responsible, I wanted to sort of help my parents to pay school fees for the ones that were left behind.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So
that's very African.
Yes. So it was difficult to carry on with studying. So I quit to become full-time. To start working full-time too.
Right.
Not to make money to build a mansion, but, to help pay school fees.
Yes, of your siblings now.
Yeah, one particular one was, my younger brother who was meant to go to the US to study.
Oh, wow.
So I had to chip in.
Yes.
And I started in the UK, from a very sort of low, they call it low, but for me, job is a job.
Of course.
In Kenya we say in Swahili, kazi ni kazi. I'm not a Kikuyu, I'm a Luo. You know about Kikuyu.
Kikuyu, we know the
But
Kikuyu.
you know, yes.
Yes.
They always
We
say
know it because I read it in Things Fall Apart.
yeah, things fall apart.
Yes,
The
all those
Kikuyus and the
the
Luos,
yes.
they don't get on. But anyway, I'm a Luo, but they'll be proud of me saying this. In Kikuyu, wera ni wera. It means a job is a job.
Wera ni wera.
Hey,
now, where I go be wera.
A job is a job.
I agree.
So anyway, I started off with a job called chambermaid. You know
Okay.
what chambermaid is now?
Chambermaid is the one that looks after the hotel's rooms, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
they make the beds.
But I did it now. In the US,
You know?
yes, I did.
Hey, how
Look
many
at you.
beds did you make in a day?
Oh, but you know that, I was one of the best too.
How many did you make?
And I
in a
was
day?
doing it in between because I was doing promotions.
Uh-huh.
But when we finish promotion, everywhere is dry. And so instead of me to go back to Nigeria
Yes.
empty-handed, I just enter those hotels. As long as it's the hotels where we lodge.
Did you make the hospital corners properly?
Look, I was an expert. I don't know about now, but that time,
Yeah,
if I
but
make a
John,
bed.
how many did you make in a day? That's what I need to
Oh, okay. In the hotel we were, I think the hotel I'll work last more longer. It's about 56 beds in the hotel.
Yeah.
And I can do up to 25 to 30 in a day.
Hey, so you beat me. Anyway, I did 20.
Oh,
in a
no.
day.
You've
Hey,
done a small thing with that.
I don't know about your back,
Nigerian
but
man.
me, my back still hurts to this day.
Omo,
And
it's a
I
it's a
beg, I need
terrible
to
thing.
sue somebody, you know. But anyway, as you say, job is a job.
Yes, sir.
This job paid, school
Yes,
fees.
yes.
It paid for my upkeep. It
Yes.
paid for. But I wasn't gonna stay doing the chambermaid
No.
for good anyway.
No.
So I stayed with the hospitality industry anyway. I worked in mostly. Most of these big hotels you see in London, the Hiltons, the Marriotts, the
Wow.
Soft Hotels,
Ah!
all the big
I was
leading
looking for
one
such
hotels.
hotels so back there.
The
Marriott,
the,
the
the
Harvard Johnsons,
Barclay,
yes.
the Mandarin Oriental. But
Yeah.
there are some places like Mandarin Oriental. It was then called Hyde Park Corner.
Okay.
By the time I was working there, I was a guest relations manager.
Oh, wow, you've risen
And yeah, I rose. In
Wow.
2 years. I rose from making beds.
to become guest relation
Floor supervisor,
Yes.
to manager to guest relations.
Oh, that's
yeah.
good.
And surely, babies grow.
Yeah, of course.
You cannot stay in one place.
No,
And not,
no.
you have to go. There was a problem. If you found me in the
yeah.
same place 2 years on, there is a problem. So anyway, by the time I went to work in Hyde Park, which was a hotel, which is now called the Mandarin Oriental.
Okay.
It's a leading world hotel.
Yes.
It's near Harrods.
Yes.
I was one of the people that actually transformed it from Hyde Park Hotel to Mandarin Oriental.
Right.
Yes, and so much so that we did a great job that I was offered to go to San Francisco to help open the branch, Mandarin Oriental San Francisco. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go because I was pregnant with my son, first baby. Hey, African woman,
Uh-huh.
I saw my mom bring 11 of us. I said, you know what?
That's a strong
To
woman.
hell with this money, this hotel money.
Yeah.
To hell with it. Because, to hell with greeting the Beckhams, because I used to greet them.
Of course, yes.
The Queen, all these high profile people, because
Yes.
the guest relations manager.
Yes,
you
of
welcome.
course.
Even Obasanjo.
Oh, really?
And his late wife, the small
Auntie
one. the
Stella,
small one.
yes, Stella.
Yes.
Oh, that's my auntie,
Yes, I welcomed them.
She's
to
a
the
sweet woman.
I welcomed them to the hotel. I remember they booked 2 floors.
Wow.
You Niger people, you do it in a big style.
We
innit?
do.
Eh?
We're born like
Yes.
that. Mm-hmm.
So I said goodbye to that job because as an African woman, I'm talking from my own point of view. I'm
Yes.
not judging any woman, but I'm saying, it's my job to look after my child.
Exactly.
And I don't want to go and work and chop my money and give it to the childminder.
No.
You understand?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
You want to do it yourself.
I want to look after
Look
my
after
child
I want to.
myself.
Yes.
So that was the end. But then I thought, you know what? It's not the end of my life.
No.
It's not the end of my career.
No.
So I was happy to be. It was challenging in the beginning, but then I got used to it. Amidst family and people saying, how can you, stop doing your well-paid job? I'm thinking these are people who, because I used to give them money, now I'm not giving them anymore. It's very selfish, isn't it? They're not thinking of me.
Typical. I know. Yes, now. Yes.
Hey.
My viewers, a lot of you I don't go through such things. So follow us. I'm still with Pauline Long. Don Pedro Show continue with Pauline Long.
Do you need help with legal issues such as visa applications or immigration matters? Has your application been denied on more than one occasion? Whatever your issue, immigration, crime, employment, family or housing, A&C Solicitors are here to help. We provide legal support and expertise that you can depend on. Call us now on 020 3581 2097. We pride ourselves on offering our clients a full commitment in providing a favourable outcome to their claim. We specialise in immigration and human rights law, and we have an understanding of the need to provide affordable legal services. Call A&C Solicitors now on 020 3581 2097 or visit us at ancsolicitors.com. A&C Solicitors, legal support at your reach.
Advertise on the Don Pedro Show and reach millions of people in Europe, Africa, anywhere. On Ben Television London, Sky Channel 182 or online at www.bentelevision.com. Every Saturday night at 10 p.m. GMT, watch African film reviews, dog pigeon, patois, email info@donpedromedia.com, telephone 44788 955 8886. Which one you did?
No, I'm still here. Oh, is this summer or winter?
I don't
Let me
know.
have a sip.
No, it be like, look, you know, say you are here in London, in England, and they say that the weather is like the people. So that's where we stop that one.
The people, they change.
Eh?
They change any
They say
minute.
they be like rainbow.
With no notice. Hey.
Yes.
So anyway,
Yes.
and then I quit. I made, all these people saying, why did I quit? But then the decision was mine. I had to make that decision.
Yes.
And it was a great decision because I enjoyed being a mom. While being a mom, I saw, when sometimes you're at home sitting, waiting for the baby to wake up. You
That's
watch
right.
so much TV as a mom.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, you flick from
Oh,
from Ben
your
TV
remote
to-
control is your...
from Ben TV to OH to
Yes.
OH to Vox, from
Yes.
Vox to BBC.
Nollywood.
Yeah, you swing.
Yes.
And then when I get
And
to
the whole line is making the baby's food.
exactly. And then when I get to the BBC or the ITV or
Yes,
Channel 4,
yes.
you can see all these adverts for Oxfam, and they always use these images of African children
Where they
who are dying.
Dying every day.
Hey!
The same dying picture.
Those same dying pictures.
Yes.
2 years on, that child is
It's
still
still
dying.
dying, yes.
But I thought, oh my
Oyibo
God.
get sense.
I'm
Oyibo
telling
get
you.
sense.
Oyibo is
Oyibo, I
clever.
respect them. And they suffer one now. We know. I better go on, my sister.
I tell you, so I thought, what can one woman do? You know the guilt you feel.
Yes.
Because I'm there with my child.
Yes.
With my nice diapers and everything.
Yes.
I'm thinking, what can I do? What can one woman do without actually giving my money to the big corporations? Because you and I know that most of that money does not actually reach the people.
Rich? Administration money in that
It does
money.
not even leave Heathrow, I beg. That money does not leave Heathrow to fly to
People
Bangkok.
don't know.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I thought I want to do something directly to children like this, but I'm going to start from East Africa, which is I come from Kenya. So
Yes,
East
of
Africa
course.
is my region. So I thought, what can I do? I decided to work with young East Africans, and for two things. I wanted to inspire them. I wanted to motivate them to become entrepreneurs and to become, leaders. But at the same time, I wanted us to raise awareness and funds for these children who probably live on the streets, orphans, and children that come from very, deprived families. So then I started the Mr. and Miss East Africa UK.
Yes.
So I decided that I was gonna fundraise and create awareness for these children, because I have a child. Once you have, as a mom, when you have a child, every child you see becomes your own.
It's true.
And I don't want to discriminate against men.
No, that's all right.
I don't know. You don't feel like, I don't know.
No, well, take for example, I even look after other children more than my children.
Yeah. So
There are children in
have
Haiti.
that motherly.
There's children in Haiti I look after. Children in Uganda I look after.
Fantastic.
Yes.
That maternal.
Well, you guys
Yeah.
have it more though.
Exactly.
I mean, give it to the women. We know African mama,
Exactly.
sweet
So,
mother.
sweet mama.
I not go forget you.
Yeah.
For this suffer where you suffer
I
for
don't.
me.
I didn't know that you could sing.
When you at this small, my mama go carry me. So yes, it's true.
Right. So yeah. So as a mom, I thought, you know what, I've got 3 hands here.
Yeah.
I've got one for myself, one for my children, and one for other children.
Wow.
3. So I started the Mr. and Miss East Africa UK, and my husband always says I'm crazy. He said, listen, you're a housewife. You come from hotel industry, making beds. Okay, you finished as a guest relations manager. That's fine. Now you're a housewife. How are you going to organize a beauty pageant?
Challenge.
I say, hey, you just get me this website, www.missEastAfrica.co.uk. You just get it for me. Just get me that URL.
Yes.
Yeah, and the rest leave it to me.
Wow.
Yes.
The journey started.
The journey started.
Wow.
And I remember I did my first event in Charing Cross.
Okay.
In a nightclub owned by Heaven, owned by Richard Branson.
Right.
Yes. My first event, I was bold. I went and did it in central London. Amazing turnout. There was huge press. We had all these East Africans from Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, Sudan, Somalia,
Yes.
Eritrea. I brought 13 countries together.
Wow.
And to fundraise. And then the winners would go out, would go to East Africa and, tour. They would do a tour of the orphanages. We would donate the money and we would donate stuff. We would just, and also the awareness to bring people to help out.
Yes.
Yes.
And
And then with that as well, 2 years on, I started a campaign called the Feed the Street Children campaign.
wow.
Hey, in my community, in our community,
Yes, yes.
when you're organizing event, how difficult it is
Of
to get
course.
somebody to buy a £20 ticket.
Oh, leave that in.
Hey!
Leave that in.
Leave it.
Yes,
Hey,
so
I'm telling you.
it's only the Uyibo people.
Eh?
What do you people call them? Uyibo?
Oyibo people.
Mazungu.
We call them Mzungu.
Zungu. Is Muzungu. Now the Muzungus, they are the ones that can really organize and they will bring the money.
Yeah, the Mzungu will bring the money. Hey, we are our people now. Hey, where's the free ticket?
You have to do deliverance. You have to do deliverance on
But
them.
I beg, free ticket, and I'm trying to raise money to feed some street children. Come on. Anyway, I said, you know what? With or without their support,
Yes.
I'm doing the pageant, I'm raising awareness, and I'm feeding street children at the end of it.
That's the way to go.
And we did that every year. And I remember one year we did Uganda. We fed over 1,400 children within 1 week. Street children.
Wow.
In Kampala, Uganda. And this was just my own money, because now I was still doing the pageant,
Yes.
but I wasn't making money. So I was just, my own little jobs on the side.
Yes,
I said I still have to carry on
Yes.
and just do these
Yes,
things.
yes, yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And of course, while doing all this, I must give thanks to everybody that supported, all the artists that came to support
Yes,
for free,
yes.
all the designers that designed for the testings,
Event, yes.
all the makeup artists,
Yes.
the people that hosted,
Yes.
the comedians,
Yes.
the press,
Yes.
the magazines,
Yes.
all these people. But I don't know. I didn't know how to say thank you to them financially, because I didn't have it.
Yes.
I thought, instead of giving these people the money, I need to feed some children. But I thought there is a way I can do it. Also while working with all these people, all these talented people,
Yes.
I realized that some of them were giving up. Like, I would pick up the phone 2 years on and say, are you coming to DJ for me, or can you design, for contestants? And I'm like, oh, Pauline, it's very difficult. I'm not doing it
I'm not
at the
doing that
moment
anymore.
because I can't see light again. And I thought, no, hang on, I must do something. I
To
must do something.
encourage.
But meanwhile, when I'm telling them, when I'm thinking about them, I'm telling them, listen, I want to encourage you. Even me here, I wanted to give up the pageant because, hey, my marriage was hanging like this.
I know.
Because now I'm chopping all the money
Yes.
for dinner.
To
all
put
the
into-
money I'm putting. You understand?
It doesn't mean anything to him.
People are eating baked beans all the
Yeah.
time. Hey, I beg, where's the money I gave you for food? Eh?
Oh,
Where is
boy.
the money?
Oh,
And I'm
interesting.
just chopping all this money, putting it aside.
Yes.
Because everything was hanging. Even I was thinking, you know what? Is this really worth, losing my family and my
Wow.
marriage? All these things I'm doing for the community, and nobody's even seeing what I'm doing.
Yeah,
You know how nobody
yeah,
can.
yeah.
You know how they can put the
This
blindfold.
is the Don Pedro Show with Pauline Long. Make you not go anywhere. This continues.
Do you need help with legal issues such as visa applications or immigration matters? Has your application been denied on more than one occasion? Whatever your issue, immigration, crime, employment, family or housing, A&C solicitors are here to help. We provide legal support and expertise that you can depend on. Call us now on 020 3581 2097. We pride ourselves on offering our clients a full commitment in providing a favourable outcome to their claim. We specialise in immigration and human rights law, and we have an understanding of the need to provide affordable legal services. Call A&C Solicitors now on 020 3581 2097 or visit us at ancsolicitors.com. A&C Solicitors, legal support at your reach.
How una day?
Wetin dey happen?
How una day? Wetin dey happen?
I do what? What am I say?
The Don Pedro Show.
The Don Pedro Show. The Don Pedro Show.
The Don Pedro Show. The Don Pedro Show. Don Pedro Show.
Don Pedro Show.
This na Don Pedro Show. Make sure you stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Pauline Long, and I'm really happy to be on the Don Pedro Show. I hope you love it as much as I love it.
Don Pedro Show. Hi, good day.
Hi, how are you?
Please, what's your name?
My name is Alexandra Varga. I'm a first-year law student on LSBU, single honors.
Wow. Alexandra, you have been in LSB for about a year now, right? It's the
First
year.
academic year,
Okay.
yeah.
Among the students you have met,
Yeah.
have you made any friend out of an African student?
I have quite a few, actually. Even our class is largely populated by African origin law students, and even on year 2 and 3 I have made quite a few friends, Africans, yes.
Wow.
Boys and girls.
Yes. Oh, that's great. I just wanted to ask, how is student life here compared to student life from where you're coming from?
It's quite different. I wasn't really aware of that the years will mix with each other. Okay. And I'm from Hungary, and in there each year group, each academic year entry is practically there are extracurricular stuff to do as well, but they don't mix people up. In here, what I can experience and what is great, that we are getting mixed up. We have the same aims, and we are working together whatever year we are from.
Okay, so there's interracial mix-up here.
Interracial and inter-alumni as well, so yeah.
Okay. Since you come from Hungary,
yeah,
I would like to know about the difference between the governments and what they do in Hungary and the government here. Have you observed any difference?
Yes, I have. I have been to London. I've been living here for more than 8 years.
Okay.
And quite honestly, when I left Hungary, I felt like I couldn't breathe there.
You couldn't breathe?
Not literally,
okay.
but what I'm trying to what I am trying to say is that yes, there are not much opportunities for young people. I couldn't express myself in the way I wanted to. There is, I don't know, I really felt like that someone was sitting on my chest.
Wow.
In here, you can practically do whatever you want unless, you are going to hurt other people.
Right.
But until you are doing your stuff lawfully,
yes, no
one is going to bother you.
No.
Quite the contrary, you are going to be helped, and you can find funds for your enterprise and all that. In Hungary, I didn't feel free. In here, I do.
So what you're saying is there a problem with freedom of speech there, or press freedom? Or...
In my opinion, the recent government is running a dictatorship in Hungary, whether it's recognized or discussed publicly. It's not admitted. They are not saying it's a declared dictatorship.
Yes.
However, in the last 4 years, about 3 million people left the country.
Wow.
So during this government, and as recent as last weekend, they have gained 2/3 of the seats again in the parliament. So it doesn't seem like there is going to be any change anytime soon.
Yeah, but that brings me to ask the question.
Yeah.
How do politicians who are not doing well in their country, according to their people, still win seats to remain there?
What they have done, they have. We do have a written down constitution in Hungary that have been changed by this last government on a weekly basis.
On a weekly basis?
On a weekly basis, yeah, that's what they do. I mean, they had 70% of the seats, so basically they could do whatever with the laws that they wanted to. And they had changed it in a way that Hungarians that are living abroad by the borders, they gained citizenship. They were given citizenship. That is extra 5 million votes, most possibly in favor for this government.
Yes.
Yeah, for this party.
So that tells me, you know, in Nigeria, they are just conducting the national confab. What it is that the people have been agitating that some of the laws and the rules and regulation is not good enough for them, and they want to change maybe the government system or whatever. I mean, the people are coming together to sit down and make law for themselves, how they want to be governed. Have you ever had that in Hungary?
Well, Hungary has the history of being under some kind of regime, one regime or another. The last one before this one was the Russians, and they were sent away in 1989 in a bloodless revolution, which we were really proud of back then. But then we had to realize that it also meant that the same people remained in posts and nothing really changed. I mean, it's possibly the mindset of the Hungarians that is destining them to be under regimes, not democratic regimes all the times.
Yes. So you mean a national conference has not been made? Because that's what we are doing now.
Well, I have no idea about it. Even if there was, I'm not aware of it.
Would it be effective if they had a national conference for the people to come together and suggest how some laws have to change, how the rules... Would it change at all?
Hard to predict. I mean, seemingly, looking at the results of these elections, people want to follow someone. They don't want to be free. They want to be told what the laws are. So, in my opinion, recently or you know, not anytime soon.
Yes. But
probably I'm not very positive about it.
I guess you are not, because of how you feel and because of what you have experienced, isn't it? So what I'm getting from what you're saying is that if the ruling party have more people in a conference like that, they will change the laws according to what they want.
Well, that's what they have been doing. They had 70%, now they have 2/3 of the seats of the parliament. So practically, if they don't like a legislation, they just change it like that.
Wow.
They put their people in the power positions, and practically they entrench them in there. So, you know, they are making rules that are really hard to change now.
Wow.
Even say in 4 years they are not going to be the leading party. Whomever is coming next, it's going to be a really hard struggle to change anything that this party has made up.
Wow. So what kind of suggestion do you have for your government or your people? How can they change this?
Well, the thing is that this party is compelling to the hatred of the people. Somehow Hungarians do hate someone, either, you know, gypsies or Africans or gays, and the governing party is communicating this hate towards everyone. So this is how they are capturing them. What I would like to say to Hungarians, that stop hating and start loving people around them. What I noticed, and it's quite a London experience, that you need to put the same kind of effort, whether, you know, you are positive or negative. So I really try to be positive. So.
Yes. So you are preaching peace and love.
Peace and love. I think these are the two most important things. Yes.
This is very strong a message. If you think that it's only Africa that has a problem in government, if you think that it's only Africa where politicians are dominating the people, if you think it's only Africa where you have a ruling party controlling the people and controlling the laws and regulations and pretending that they want the people to change, then I think you should have a second thought now, because I'm standing by a Hungarian, and she has just told us what is happening in Hungary. She cannot be long. Now, you're going to be a lawyer.
Hopefully.
And being a lawyer,
Yeah.
you have to have the mantle of leadership now in order to change things. So what are the first things would you like to change if you now be a full-fledged lawyer in Hungary?
Well, first of all, politics have to be changed in a way that people have a lot more saying in their own governing themselves. Healthcare, education. Actually, in my opinion, education is the core principle where everything starts. In my opinion, every single little child that's being born in Africa, in Hungary, wherever, they are potential geniuses. And if we would have an education system all around the world that would enable toddlers to become what they really want to be and what they are very good at, then this world would be a lot more livable and peaceful place. So I think the first thing that I would change would be education. I don't think children at the age of 6 have to be put in schools, sit down and being regulated very, very harshly. I think they need to be outside, they need to learn how to cope with each other, they need to learn how to like each other, how to accept each other, and probably they would need to meditate on the world. We need to change how we are relating to our own environment in terms of I think human beings are not very respectful towards Mother Earth, and we are just taking out resources and we are not trading anything back, or what we are trading back is landfill garbage. Basically, these are the core things, but yeah.
So how is the housing in Hungary? Do you have enough housing for your poor people? How has the government provided housing for you people?
Quite honestly, I don't live there for 8 years, so I am not aware of the.
When you were there?
What I noticed moving to London, two things became luxury straight away. One of them was sunshine, and the other one was living on your own. Somehow, if you had even a low salary, you would have been able to rent a one-bedroom flat on your own.
That's true.
In London, that is a bit of a luxury still.
So London's a bit expensive more than Hungary.
Well, the housing prices are kind of low in Hungary still. However, the wages are a lot more lower than in here. I did count the other day. The minimum wage is per month in Hungary after tax is £162.
Wow.
Try to live by that. I mean, a kilogram of bread is the same. It costs the same. So
oh, really?
yeah.
So what about other things that the government provides, like the basic thing, water? You have water?
Yeah.
Steady electricity?
Actually, they are lowering the bills right now.
Oh,
This
really?
is also a campaign thing, that how they try to...
Transport is fantastic?
Transport is very, very slow and very cheap.
Oh, that's good. We don't have that in Africa. That's good. Can you say anything in African language? Do you want to learn something, please?
I did learn something, but I forgot it already. So,
Like
don't sit here in Nigerian, but I forgot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me teach you something in Nigerian language. Pidgin English, actually, not just Nigerian language. Nami they talk to una so. Call your name and say, Nami they talk to una so. Tell them.
Namidi Tokta Onaso.
What's your name?
Alexandra.
Nami be Alexander. Nami they talk to una so.
Namidi Alexandra, Namidi Tokta Onaso.
Yes. And this na Don Pedro Show.
This na Don Pedro Show.
Thank you, Alexander.
Thank you so much.
Well done, Pedro Show. Alexander from Hungary. It just, we have to compare where we live internationally and the way we think. Don Pedro Show is not only about the culture and language of only our people. We they take our own African culture and language, they compare with other people all over the world. That's why we bring a European lady. We come from the other side of Europe, not the West Europe. And you hear her story. It's not even far from some of the one where they happen for Nigeria. Not far at all. Well, she don't speak Pidgin English now, Abi. That Pidgin English, be like say it done small. And when we walk on and small, you go talk better than that. Don Pedro Show continues after this time out. But when I go chop on a gidi and a kara, so that I could just, how una day?
Waiting they happen.
How on a day? What did they happen?
I do what? Where am I say?
The Don Pedro Show.
The Don Pedro Show. The Don Pedro Show.
The Don Pedro Show. The Don Pedro Show. Don Pedro Show.
Don Pedro Show.
This not Don Pedro Show. Make sure you stay tuned.
Shunana Malam Jeruba. This is Don Pedro Show. I show that Aspersis culture makes you to be happy. It reflects the true Nigerian nation for Nigeria. Don't touch the dial. Nigeria, where God is the president.
Do you need help with legal issues such as visa applications or immigration matters? Has your application been denied on more than one occasion? Whatever your issue, immigration, crime, employment, family or housing, ANC solicitors are here to help. We provide legal support and expertise that you can depend on. Call us now on 020 3581 2097. We pride ourselves on offering our clients a full commitment in providing a favourable outcome to their claim. We specialise in immigration and human rights law, and we have an understanding of the need to provide affordable legal services. Call ANC solicitors now on 020 3581 2097 or visit us at ancsolicitors.com. ANC Solicitors, legal support at your reach.
Welcome back to the Don Pedro Show. I'm still here with Dr. Alison Henry. You see, Alison, the way she breaks down this thing, is so wonderful. I like it. Because everybody should understand what's going on in his own life. Because we all deserve long life and good health. So I want to go back to Alison. Alison, yes, you were talking about your lifestyle.
Yes.
You said lifestyle. I'm talking about, you said drinking. The liver does over 800 jobs in the body.
Yes. Yes. The liver is not well respected. You can't really see the liver. You can't see the liver. So because we can't, we see the skin. So we pay attention to the exterior. But what is so important, the liver helps to keep the blood clean. The liver is able to store your vitamins so your body can regulate activities within your body. The liver is so powerful. It gets the harshest treatment ever. It's able, the toxins we're breathing every day, the liver is able to convert it into a manner that it doesn't harm the body and excrete it from the system. Wow. Liver is very, 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 very powerful, you see. So I try to look after my liver because I know if my liver is fatty and it's become scarred, it's not able to help me with my high blood pressure when things build up in the blood.
So you mean what we breathe every day?
Yeah, yes.
Goes to the liver.
Yes.
And the liver now takes in the impurities.
Yes.
What we breathe every day.
What we breathe, what we eat, the liver is able to take care, that's correct, of all the impurities that come into our body and help our body to excrete it.
Wow.
So why would you want to mess up something that keep your internal side of things working optimum? Why would you? I mean, we don't set out to do these things, do we? We don't set out to say we will just dirty our blood and the liver will have all this extra work to do. We don't do that. But now that we know how important it is, and it's important to make sure the liver is all right, because this can lead to high blood pressure. If the liver is not able to metabolize and clean things, you get sticky blood, dirty blood, things are able to stick to the walls or the epithelial walls, the inner lining of the vessels.
Wow.
And cause congestion.
That's right.
Blood cannot flow. You see, the pathway become narrow because there's dirt in the blood, because the liver is not functioning properly. So that's important to know.
So these things are the major symptoms that causes high blood pressure.
Major symptoms.
Yeah, what else?
In the early part of high blood pressure, the person would not know they've got high blood pressure. So a health check is important, that will help them to actually identify with this. The other thing, in the latter stage or in the middle part, when we're going on to the yellow stage we just showed you earlier, the person can feel low energy as blood struggle to get around their body.
Okay.
That's one of the things they feel. Low energy, fatigue, moody, all these different things are associated with, and you may not Another thing is frequent urination. Okay, that's another thing you will experience. And the reason why, because the blood is not getting around properly, things cannot work optimum. And of course, we get imbalances build up. Imbalances, mineral imbalances, vitamin imbalances. Yes?
Wow.
Very, very important to know that.
Understand. I understand more better now about high blood pressure. To be honest, this is school of life to me.
Yeah.
I've heard about it, of course.
Yes.
I've heard about it for a long time.
Yes.
Doctors have told me about it. But this is how I want to understand it. And I'm sure this is how the viewers want to understand it. Break it down to the level. Now, how do we now help ourselves if, for example, we are trapped in it already? How do we get out of it, or how do we prevent it?
Yes, yes. That's important, and I'm glad you've asked that. How do we prevent it? How do we prevent our blood from becoming so to malfunction? How do we keep our blood happy?
Yes.
How do we make sure that our blood can flow all around our body and we don't have problems with, because if blood can't get to its destination, I talk about things not working properly. Mm-hmm. So how can we keep our blood happy? How can we make our blood flow around our body with ease, with no obstruction?
Yes.
One of the wonderful things is fiber. We don't eat a lot of fiber.
Fiber?
We don't eat a lot of fibery
foods. What do you mean fiber?
Things like whole wheat bread, whole grain, things like
whole grain. Oh yeah.
Yes, whole grain. We cook whole these peas like chickpeas and lentils and red beans. We cook them, but when we cook them, we damage the fiber.
What?
They lose their structure.
What are you saying?
And we need. Come again. When we overcook them, if we soak them. And when you soak them overnight, you soak them a couple of times, but when you soak it overnight, it becomes nice and soft. Even things like lentils, you soak it overnight, it's lovely and soft, it's ready to eat.
Yes.
But then we cook it, we damage the cellulose, we damage the fibers in them. Well, we can soak them. Some peas you must cook them to activate certain enzymes in them, E-N-Z-Y-N-E.
Yes.
But we must understand that if we over-process these foods, if we change their structure, if we change their structure, they can't help us out in our high blood pressure situation. The reason being, we need to keep them intact, these foods, because of course, even fruits, we need to keep them intact because they're able to bind with waste in the bowel, and thus protecting the cardiovascular system, or thus protecting the place where the blood has to flow.
Yes.
You see? Because if you've got your chewing gum and if you're holding something back, it's not going to get to the next section.
No.
And that's what fiber is very, very good at. Binding with waste in the bowel, binding with cholesterol in the bile as well. The liver produces bile to help break down fat that we eat. You see? So having fibery foods help to take care of things like that.
Fibery foods.
Yes, having fibery foods. Again, vegetables is very good. Broccoli, cabbage is very, very fibery. I love cabbage because cabbage is one of my favorites because it's more dense in fiber than broccoli. Okay. And of course, so things like apple as well, P-E-C-T-I-N, things like apple that protect the cardiovascular system because that element or that component in an apple would bind with waste in the bowel. It will bind with waste in your intestines and prevent it going into your blood. The apple has got something called P-E-C-T-I-N.
Okay.
That's able to bind with cholesterol deposits in the bowel itself. Yeah, a lot of things happen in the digestive system before it even gets into the blood.
Yes, of course. There's this popular saying that...
So there's no reason why we can't, prevent this, avoid this altogether.
Yeah, they said an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
That's right. What's true about that? Yes? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Nicely put. Yeah. Well, of course, your doctor can be seeing you for other things. Like if you fell out of a tree, for example. You climb up to get a coconut, and you climb up to get the coconut, you miss maybe a move, and you fell out of the tree. God forbid.
Yes.
But the point is, you'll be seeing you for less things. I mean, we shouldn't be seen for high blood pressure because we're able to manage our blood pressure through our lifestyle, good lifestyle.
What else do we have to watch for?
To prevent it, stress. You know, we get very stressed about everything. When we wake up, we're stressed because what bill next? Is the postman coming? When he coming? Is he delivering another bill? We get stressed. So we send our cortisol level so high in our blood. It's absolutely amazing, you see? So we need to control our stress levels, okay? The stress asks the body to release sugar, okay? And that you know, then the insulin factor goes on, and you can see how that links to your next talk just now. But you know, it's very, very important how they all lend themselves to each other. So stress is a contributing factor too.
If you have blood pressure,
yes,
how do you help yourself to reduce or to get out of that range to below the chart in the green level?
Yes. How do you?
I'm a victim of that right away.
Yes. Absolute eating. We need not to overeat. So you know, this our stomach is about the size of our fist. Show me or tell me anybody that eats that way. The average person's eating 10 times, 5 times, 6 times the size of their fist. You see, we are overeating. You see, we're overeating. When we overeat, that excess food will be stored. Fat, again, you see, taking in too much, the wrong type of oils. An ideal oil to cook with is things like palm.
Yeah, you said that before.
Yes, one of the good things. So you know, it's important to make sure that we're not overindulging in the foods we eat. Eating the fruits and the vegetables. Green foods are very, very good. Make sure they dominate your plate. Having things like apple, plums as well is very, very good. It's not a food very high in PECTIN, that pectin. Things like pineapple as well, it's very, very good. Very fibery. These are very, very fibery fruits, fibery foods that will help to keep the things in the bowel and get your bowel to excrete them before they get into the blood.
Right. Alison Henry, you are in Harley Street. How do my viewers contact you, please?
Yes. Well, there's 2 ways here you can contact me. I can be contacted, or you can email me, Alison Henry at HarleyStreet104.com. Just Alison Henry, HarleyStreet104.com. Okay, and my own private mobile outside of, you can phone me, or you can visit the website, at Harley Street website, because I run the diet and nutrition clinic here. Okay. So the website is www.harleystreet104.com. And of course, I can be contacted. People do like to call me outside the clinic sometimes to have a little chat or to ask questions. That can be emailed to the email I've just given. So the number is 07908756184.
Right.
Advertise on the Don Pedro Show and reach millions of people in Europe, Africa, anywhere. On Ben Television London, Sky Channel 182, or online at www.bentelevision.com. Every Saturday night at 10 p.m. GMT, watch African film reviews, dog pigeon, patois, email info@donpedromedia.com, telephone 44788-955-8886. Which one you did?
How many hits have you got? Those are people. Those are people. Finally.
Within a team. So you have about 5 different rhythms going on.
Come and get your fresh, fresh Come and get your fresh, fresh Come and get your It's getting late. Where's Yaya? Hello, my friend. Oh, hello, Yaya. How are you? Fine, thank you. Good to hear. So, it's been difficult to get a good game of late.
To see Africa in a different light, to see Africa.
I was driving away gambles. It's terrible fun to have it either. Let's go hunt the first of many antelopes. The first of many antelopes? It's only the elders that can hunt from the first of many antelopes. Only the elders? Denver. Why? Have you ever tried to find out why? No. It's too far away from the village. Maybe that is why. It's not farther than a river with hot and cold water. Both of us go to the river with hot and cold water. That is true. The forest of many antelopes, that is where the Iroko tree is. Is that why we must not go and hunt there? Let's go hunt there tomorrow. Hello, Dembayaya. How many times do I have to say it? Stop calling us Dembayaya. Aren't you two twins? Dembayaya, Yaya Demba, two inseparable friends, the needle and the thread. Anyway, I heard you. The forest of many antelopes, my brother. You heard us? Remember that the bulls have ears. And before you ask me, I'm not going, my brother. You're not coming with us? No way. Bye. DJ! 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 Let's go hunting, let's go hunting, let's go hunting, let's go hunting. Come with me, let's hunt. Let's go hunting, let's go hunting, let's go hunting, let's go hunting. Come with me, let's hunt. Let's go all around. The antelope is juicy, my mom and pepper soup. The antelope is juicy, the antelope is juicy. Let's go hunting, let's go hunting, let's go hunting, let's go hunting.
Pottery. I think the pottery is good because the way they carved it and the way they made it.
Have you heard the news? Have you heard the news? What news? What news? What is the news? Do you have gone through the phone? Or really have to know? Curiosity. Who wants to go to the forest of many antelopes? The forest of fly, 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 and we fly low. Fly, 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 and we fly low. That's
Use reading, rhymes, games, to introduce the very young and their parents to counting. The ethos of this program is mainly to see how we can use our work to enhance community cohesion. When we were doing some workshop with the under fives and their families, how we use reading, rhymes, games, to introduce the very young and their parents to counting, using everyday techniques to enhance your child's numeracy skills, to enhance your communication skills, because through using repetition, These are things parents normally might not count as important. The very young under 5s, all they enjoy is repetition. You're playing with a child, he wants you to repeat that game over and over and over. It is this type of techniques, using rhythm, that we have actually tried to incorporate in our work, and showing parents, how they could use that informally. The child is playing, you're there with you in the kitchen, you bring in arithmetic, if you can call it that way, through songs, and the child is learning without actually knowing that they are learning. To see different aspects of Africa. If you look at some of the feedbacks we have.
How una day?
Waiting they happen.
How una day? Waiting they happen.
I do what? Where am I say?
The Don Pedro Show.
The Don Pedro Show. The Don Pedro Show.
The Don Pedro Show. The Don Pedro Show. Don Pedro Show.
Don Pedro Show.
This not Don Pedro Show. Make sure you stay tuned.